Thanksgiving, everybody.
What's for dinner? Well, howdy, Pilgrim. Eat ham. Thank you. I'm stuffed. Thanks for getting.
This is Mrs. Pilgrim Turkey. We had her many years. She's beautiful looking. When I eat a turkey with these colors, and nah, I don't think so. There'd be something wrong with the turkey. But anyway, it's the day before Thanksgiving. How about that? I also have part of me, Mr. and Mrs. Pilgrim. Um, this is my Thanksgiving day before video, and it's gonna be a lot of different things. Now, let's get started with. There's a chemical I want to tell you about. It's called Bug MD. It kills instantly. Don't know if it's better than the other one that I had put on display on my past video. But it's an all-purpose bug spray for bed bugs and for roaches and spiders and more, etc., etc. It is 100% plant powered. There's no harsh chemicals. It stops the toughest bugs, it says. I need these for reading. So, like I said, for bed bugs and 40 plus pests, it has a clover oil scent, which is pleasant. One bottle of Bug MD can last as long as a few months, depending upon the severity of the bugs. Product is only available online, and it also works great on fleas and ticks. That's something we need to combat ticks, fleas. Fleas give a nasty bite. Ticks, they get under your skin and make you deathly ill. Now, we're going to talk about the fastest, which is the fastest bug. As I go on with this, you'll see as I get to the almost the end of the program of the fastest bugs, you'll see which ones are faster. Okay, a snail, forget that. It's 0.48 kilometer miles per hour, which is only translated is 0.029 miles per hour. Slow, very slow. A deer tick crawls at about 0.27 miles per hour. A fairy fly, it's 0.62 miles per hour. A centipede is 0.93 miles per hour. A Mecopteria, whatever that is, 1.1 miles per hour. A house spider, 1.18 miles per hour. A firefly, 1.24 miles per hour. Fireflies are pretty cool. You see them in the we didn't see any this year. So something's going on. I pay attention to the ecosystem. There wasn't too many bees neither. A mosquito, 1.55 miles per hour. The common cockroach, 2.98 miles per hour. Now you see how it's getting the bugs when I get to the end of this program are going running faster and faster. A rhinoceros cockroach is 3.35 miles per hour. He got someplace to go. A housefly, 4.47 miles per hour. That's why when they go by you, you hear like a B-52 plane. A monarch butterfly. I used to love catching them, holding them, looking at them. I went one time where I used to live, and there was thousands of them in a tree. The tree looked orange. It was pretty cool. And this was around the beginning of fall, middle of fall. So, like I said, the monarch butterfly is 4.97 miles per hour. A stag beetle, nothing to do in life, 4.97 miles per hour. A cicada, 8.94 miles per hour. The hornet, 13 miles per hour. A wasp, 15.5 miles per hour. A black wasp, 16.9 miles per hour. Skimmers. Skimmers are the bugs that on in the lake water. They got a center, and then they got, I believe, four legs, and they're not straight out. They might come up a little bit, and they skim along the surface of the water, and then they get picked off by birds and whatever else, fish. They go 18.6 miles per hour. A bee, 19.8 miles per hour. And a moth, 29.8 miles per hour. I think that's the fastest bug. Do you know the largest spider? It's the Goliath spider, the largest. The size of my hand, believe it or not. And now we do the 10 most dangerous bugs. Watch out. Um, a locust is one. The second one is a bottlefly. They're nasty how they eat the flesh and the dead and stuff. The third is giant hornets, which I've seen around here. Uh, the fourth is bees. Why? Because you're not just if you go near a hive and bother and disturb them, you're not just going to stung by one. You're going to get stung by quite a few. The kissing bug, fire ants. Fire ants are the ants that they come up your leg, through the pants of your legs, no matter how thick it is, and sting, 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 sting. So I suggest that you wear a rubber coverall. The bottom of the leg, you tape it up. The wrist you tape up. Wear that mask. Wear the goggles, and of course your gloves, and you shall be fine. A bullet ant, driver ants. These are ants that I don't know if they're born in the United States, but I think they're jungle ants. The cicada is the loudest insect on Earth, and it's only the males that are the loudest. Big mouths. Driver ants eat slugs and birds. Raccoons, squirrels eat cicadas. Skunks, frogs. After the cicadas lay the eggs, they die. Giant snails eat worms. These snails, they say, are as big as your fist. Could you imagine that? Don't try eating them because they're poisonous. Just gonna do a few here's and there's. July 5th, 1900, Bayonne, New Jersey had a fire at Standard Oil Company of Bayonne, New Jersey. A lot of smoke and flames. There were no cars back then, just horses and carriages. Running from the scene of the fire, um, they kind of let it burn out a little bit until they were able to get in there with some kind of chemical to put that fire out. Now, if you want to keep the killer bees from getting into a regular beehive, or trying to anyway, you take sticky glue boards big enough where they will land. These glue boards have some kind of a scent. The bees will land, these killer bees will land on there, or any destructive bee to the hive will land on there and get stuck and die eventually. Uh, so you put it on top of the box home of the bees on top, and it will catch them. And like I said, they're good for it, especially for killer bees. Because the killer bees get into the nest of the honeybees. I don't know about regular bees like yellow jags, wasps, but I know they go into the nest for the honeybees, and they sting them numerous times and kill them. Try to take over the nest after that. But the honeybees are very smart. They get together in a crowd and they flap their wings, and with that, the friction generates heat, with hot enough to kill these killer bees. Believe it or not. Um, I want to try fishing in a kayak. I don't want to change the subject, but fishing in a kayak. I saw it online. It's pretty cool. Not much room. Don't catch a 50-pound striped bass because it's going to be kind of big. Um, I wouldn't dare try them in maybe a small channel or reservoir for fresh salt water, but not out in the open ocean. I don't know if people do that out in the open ocean. But what's wrong with them? Now, another thing too, let's get back on the subject of Thanksgiving. Uh, People want to deep fry a turkey in a deep turkey fryer. Very well. I wouldn't. I don't know about anybody else. Um, what they do is they fill it halfway with oil, and when the oil's heated up, they drop it in slowly but surely. They drop it in, and it causes an explosion of flame. What I would do is put the turkey in, defrosted that is, because anything frozen when you put it in hot oil is like shh. You don't want that. Put the turkey in, put your oil in until you do a decent coverage of the turkey above the turkey. Set your timer or however that is done. I don't know, and put the lid on and cook this turkey. But sometimes I've seen programs on it, and it looks like the turkey's burnt. I don't know how the meat is inside. Is it dried? Is it juicy? I don't know. But so that's just a tip. Be very careful doing that. Now, we all know Thanksgiving, how it evolved with the pilgrims coming over by the thousands on the Mayflower boat. And they landed at Plymouth Rock in good old Massachusetts. Me and my family went there and saw the actual rock that they landed. When the rock that they went to stood by, and it officially states that this had gone down. Anyway, the Pilgrims got together with the Indians, learned how to plant corn, harvest corn, hunt, and they became good friends. There was Miles Standish, Pocahontas. Uh, did they have cakes and all that? I don't know. Um, bread, I know they had. But this is how Thanksgiving evolved. And Thanksgiving is you pray over your meal, you pray and give thanks to God for what God has given you. So that's how that came about. Now, I found out that honey queen bees, they are not the ruler of the hive. For all the years, I thought they were the ruler of the hive. The female workers make the decisions for the colony. So the queen bee lays all the eggs for the colony. The queen can make workers out of these eggs. If she does well for the colony, the other bees will feed her, protect her. If she dies or is not doing her job, well, we know what goes on after that. The female, this is another aspect, the female bees will choose their replacement. They can take a female egg and turn it into a worker by feeding it royal jelly. Royal jelly is the jelly that's in the comb that has not been manufactured or has anything other ingredients in it, so it must be good. Joe Biden supposedly made a proclamation that we will be going to war with Iran. Uh, hope not. Um, there's a comical thing that Joe Biden. Well, I wouldn't say it's funny. I guess he doesn't know he's doing it. When he's nervous, he's always looking down and going. They claim that he does get a booger, flicks it on the ground, and points to it. I, I can't imagine that. There's another thing called a ghost mantis. Their appetite is very voracious. Voracious means, ooh, let's eat, 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 eat. They eat other bugs. Uh, and believe it or not, they're beautiful looking than your regular praying mantis, which is green. By the way, don't kill praying mantis. I mean, who's going to see you? But it's the way the world is today. If some idiot is out there and they say you do that, they'll be, hello, EPA. And that's all you need in your life. It's a hefty fine, a couple of thousand, I think. I don't think there's any imprisonment uh, over a bug. Now, there's a story about bees out in the cold. There's a lot of stupid bees that come back too late to the hive before the cold settles, and they're the dedicated ones. Uh, what the cold will do is cause paralysis on this bee. It won't kill them. It'll just cause paralysis. Same thing with crabs. You freeze them. Well, not freeze them. You put them on ice, and paralysis sets in, and then you can grab them. Same thing with the bee. You can grab them. Now, if you take this bee, if you're stupid enough, you take this bee and you put it in the palm of your hand and you give a bunch of breaths of warmth air, you'll start seeing it moving, and it'll fly away and go into that hive, believe it or not. Uh, Now, if it stays too long in the cold, so Spiri Santu, it will die. How about that? I'm nearing the end of this video. Um, so I just want everybody to have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. Don't eat too much. I myself can eat, but things are supposed to be measured out, and then after measuring quite a few times, you know exactly what you can have. Yeah, sometimes I do go overboard, but my kgs when I get on the scale have been like 113, 112. While back they used to be 118, 120, 119. No good. So I wound up in a hospital. I got very sick, very sick. I'm talking about so sick I was screaming. I needed a shot of something to calm me down. I was getting the dialysis upstairs because I was a patient in Down Hospital. I had a room. So I must have went overboard with too much liquids or food. I think it was basically liquids. So I try to stay away from that fridge. I got vegetables, fruits, you know, things like that. Um, I've learned to go to bed. Well, I've learned to stop eating at my last meal is like a snack, small snack. So, you know, just a waiting time for a kidney. So I don't want to dwell on that fact too much. There's an area I sit in a parlor too. I don't want to change the subject to spookiness. I sit in a parlor on the recliner, closest towards my Dale Earnhardt sign. And if you drag that sign, it's made of cardboard on the floor, you'll hear a noise. Well, I heard that, which was right next to me. It frightened me. To the left, near the window, past the curio cabinet, or near the curio cabinets, I've been hearing like the floor crack there a lot. I swear somebody's walking around, but I don't know. Somebody's telling me something. Hey, you like my garb? Not beautiful? Leaves. Only thing is, these leaves will stay colorful for a long period of time. Um, I want to give some shout outs, especially to Calvin, Janice, and their son. Shout out to my immediate family, Christy, Kerry, the kids, Benjamin, Juliana, Miliana, and Jose, and baby Darian, who isn't doing too well. He's a little sick. Well, so was Juliana. Uh, they'll get better with the guidance and help of parents. I want to say hello to Scott, Tara, Jolie, and Benjamin. Scott. I want to say hello again to Scott, Tara, Jolie, and Johnny. That's who, Johnny. We shall be seeing them Christmas Eve, and Thanksgiving Day tomorrow. So at least it'll be a better ride, no pouring rain. Yeah, we had 3 inches of rain out here overnight in the span of 6 hours, maybe a little bit more. Crazy weather. Most of our leaves are off finally of the trees. Supposed to be a snowy winter. I don't know. Um, Hello to the Salvedo family, the Santos family, Tom and Mary, and Tom and Mary, Kerry, Brian, and the little Peanut. Can't wait for the birth of you in April. Um, my wife, who is my caregiver, she takes care of me. I try to do the same for her. I try to keep my mouth shut. Not hard. It's not easy for a man to do. Um, I come home from dialysis. I'm like I was doing dope all day. It's terrible, terrible. I try to sit up with my wife, but all I do is, oh my this, oh that hurts, and I don't want to keep doing that to her. You know what I mean? So I come in here and try to lay down, watch the computer, whatever. Well, I gotta go now. Enough of my problems. So say goodbye one more time, Mrs. Uh, Pilgrim. I was going to say pig.
What's for dinner? Well, howdy, Pilgrim. Eat ham. Thank you. I'm stuffed. Thanks for giving.
Well, that's that. Let me say goodbye. Ciao, man.